color is the least interesting thing. It's the thing we led with.
But it's one of the few things that changed in this. There are only a couple of changes in this model.
There's a big change, which is the price.
Yes, that is so.
Yay.
The story.
And I think this is the story.
I agree. What happens is when you use new hardware, it's more expensive to make, and then over time it becomes less expensive to make. And this is always true, right? You build something first, and all the parts add up to costing $1,000, and then in a year they all cost $980, and in 2 years they cost $950. It just over time the price comes down, your margins can go up, and so Apple believes firmly that the Air should start at $999. That is they want a sub $1,000 laptop. And when they went to the M2, they couldn't do it. The M2 Air started at, I want to say $1,299. It was not cheap. It might have been $11, but it was not $999. They kept the M1 around. And then when the M3 came out, they moved the M2 Air down to $999 because it was a year old. It was an old model, but the new MacBook Air still couldn't cost. It was I think $11.99, $10.99, something like that. It was not there. With the M4, they've finally gotten back to it. So it took them 2.5 years, almost 3 years, but they are back to the fact that for $999 you can get a base model, and now it's got 16 gigs of RAM instead of 8.